Hello and welcome to another Chatty Stash Hub vlog. My name is Yvette and I'm the co-founder of the Stash Hub Sewing Organiser app, which I run with my husband Doug. It's been a month since my last chatty video where I showed you my haul from the Knit and Stitch show in London. So go and check that one out if you haven't seen it yet. But I have acquired quite a few more fabrics in the last month. So I thought I'd show you the fabrics and patterns that I've acquired since my last video. So my first excuse to acquire fabrics was when Doug and I travelled up to Scotland by car. We drove all the way up to Scotland and I planned a tactical stop along the way at Penrith because I knew there was a lovely little fabric shop there called Just So Penrith, and we did a little bit of shopping there when we were having a little lunch break from driving. I think I was actually quite good. They had so many fabrics in the shop, so I resisted too much temptation and bought what I think are fairly sensible purchases. So the only fabric that I bought was a lining fabric for the dress that I'm planning to make for my mum in the spring. So I'm going to use the fabric that she chose for the outer, and then I've just bought a plain white cotton lawn to line it with because I don't want it to be too sheer for her. So I'm not going to show you that because it's literally just plain white. And I was tempted by another fabric, and I'll see if it's still available, I'll put a picture in. But I resisted it, and then when I got home I looked it up on the website and it turns out it was made of polyester. So I'm kind of glad that I resisted that because I do get very sweaty, so wearing polyester is not for me, but it was a really beautiful fabric. But that's one of the reasons why I love shopping for fabrics online, because it's so much easier to see all the information about the fabric and make decisions about what you want to buy rather than just getting taken in by the prettiness. And then the other things that I bought at Just So Penrith were some pom-pom trim for a project that I had in mind. So I'll show you that a bit later because I've already sewn that into a project. And then I also bought some rainbow webbing for bag making. So this is the rainbow webbing. I bought 2 meters and I just loved how bright it is. So I do have an idea in mind for this. So I'm going to show you what my idea is, and I'd like you to let me know if you've got any ideas for patterns. So I'm thinking I could make like a massive tote bag, which could be really handy. So I've got this yellow waterproof kind of canvas fabric, and I was thinking I could do those straps that kind of go all the way down the length of the bag and then, you know, make the handles. And I've got another rainbow fabric for the lining, and I thought I've also got a little rainbow patch. So is there such a thing as too much rainbow? And let me know if you've got any ideas for like really big kind of tote bag patterns, and also some like internal pockets are really handy if you wanted to, you know, put your keys and other stuff in. But I thought that goes really well and will make a really nice project. So that'll be good, you know, to be bright and fun in the summer as well, but it's also waterproof because you can never count on the weather in the UK. So those are my purchases at Just So Penrith. And then we got to Scotland for the wedding, and I was hoping we could go to Glasgow and visit some more fabric shops when we were there in Scotland, but we ended up not having time. But that was probably a good thing because I have still got quite a lot more fabrics to show you. But the wedding was really good fun, and Doug and I both wore items that I'd made as well. So I wore my peony dress in a green viscose satin fabric, which was really nice because I don't think I've actually had a chance to wear that dress apart from the catwalk that I made it for. So that was really good to be able to wear that dress, and it was really comfy and fun to wear as well. And then Doug wore a shirt that I'd made him in some Star Wars fabric, and we didn't know at the time, but when we got to the wedding, the bride and groom had named the different tables after their favourite movies, and so we were on the Star Wars table, so that was very fitting for Doug's shirt. Then the next fabric temptation situation was the Surrey Sews fabric swap that I helped organise. So I didn't actually bring any fabrics to swap because there wasn't anything that I was planning on destashing, but then I did end up coming away with a few things. But that's absolutely fine. Like most fabric swaps, or all the fabric swaps that I've organised anyway, kind of have a policy of just bring whatever you don't want, take away whatever you do want, and you don't have to, you know, bring and take the same amount of stuff. So I found a few things that I thought I could make good use of. So one of the things I picked up was this 52 centimetre remnant, and this person's labelled it, which is always so helpful at swaps, of a pink gingham fabric, and I thought that could be really cute for making pockets and maybe also some sleeves on the Project Dress a Girl dresses that I make to donate to girls living in extreme poverty. So I thought that could be really cute to go with some of the other fabrics that I've already got kind of earmarked for doing those Dress a Girl projects. And then with the Dress a Girl in mind, I also picked up this fabric, which I thought would make a really cute little girl's dress. And I think there was like 2 meters of this one, so I might be able to get 2 or maybe even 3 dresses out of this. So I think this one might be a poly cotton, but hopefully there'll be enough cotton content in there for it to be a comfortable dress. And then another fabric that I picked up at the swap was this one. It's a viscose fabric, and my friend Mel actually picked this one out for me because I do love a floral print and the colour blue. So I haven't got any plans in mind for this yet, but I think it would make a really nice dress. And I think there's around 3 meters. I'll have to check because I have put them all into my stash hub. And then at the swap, I also picked up a couple of kind of Christmas fabrics, but those have already been sewn up, so I'll show you those in a minute. But yeah, the swap was really good fun, good to see lots of people from the sewing community. So if you are reasonably local to Woking, maybe you live in Surrey or just over the border in Hampshire, our next Surrey Sews event is on the 13th of December, so I'll put a link in the description for this video, and we're planning a kind of festive social, so it's going to be the same as usual where everyone brings their machines and projects and we all sew together, but we're going to do some little extra festive games as well. So I'm thinking of making a Pass the Parcel, which I think is more of a birthday party game than a Christmas game really, but it's just been so long since I've done a Pass the Parcel, so I thought that could be a fun thing that we could all do together. And then the last fabric is one that I have just bought because I just saw it on Instagram and I couldn't resist it. So this is a Sew Me Sunshine fabric, and Harriet does really good videos of showing off the new fabrics they've got, showing the drape and everything. So I just saw it and I thought I have to have this. So this is the fabric. I don't know if like it's even gonna do it justice on camera, but you can see how beautiful it is when the light catches it. So it's a stretch viscose fabric. I think it's a viscose jersey. Yeah, it's a viscose jersey, and it's got all these kind of colours in it. It kind of reminds me of when oil gets spilled in a puddle, and it's got these kind of golden colours and the greens, and I just thought it was really, really beautiful, and I thought I could make something really nice to wear over the festive season in this. So I'm thinking of making a top with this. So my original thought was the Good Times tee by Forest and Thread, which has got kind of ruching up the shoulders. And I thought that could just be really comfy and I could wear it casually, but also the fabric would sort of dress it up a bit. But then when I received the fabric, I thought it could look really beautiful as a cowl neck as well. So I recently got the Sylvie top pattern from Forget Me Not Patterns, who are sadly closing down. So the Sylvie top is another option that could look really nice in this fabric as well. So let me know what you think I should make with this stunning fabric. I was already feeling like a bit like, oh, my stash is kind of full now, I don't need to acquire any more fabric, but then, you know, this, I just saw it and I thought this is absolutely amazing. I even broke my no polyester rule for this because, yeah, hopefully nobody will notice how sweaty I am because they'll be dazzled by the amazing fabric. So those are all my fabric acquisitions. let me tell you about some of the patterns that I bought, because a few pattern companies have been closing down recently, which is very sad. So I managed to pick up a few of their patterns before they're not available anymore, and I think I got them on quite a good discount as well. So I'll put links in if they are still available, if the company hasn't closed down yet. I'm just going to get my Stash Hub up so I can show you all the patterns that I've acquired. So one of the companies that was closing down is Waves and Wild. So they've got loads of free patterns as well as paid patterns. So I thought I'll snap up all of those, make sure I've got them downloaded before the website goes offline. So I can't remember which ones were free and which ones were paid, but I'll just go through the list of all the patterns that I got from Waves and Wild. So I got the Wonder Undies, and then I got a few kind of festive patterns like the reusable Christmas cracker, the Waves and Wild Christmas stocking, and I've made a couple of those, which is what I've been teasing that I'll be showing you in a minute. The Crowning Glory kind of reusable crown, which is reusable instead of those flimsy cracker hat crowns. Then there's also a Christmas Santa hat pattern, which I thought could be really fun. And then the Superstar bra that I've got looks like a really nice kind of lounge bra. That could be really comfy. Then the Stephanotis t-shirt dress. I don't sew a lot with jersey, but I think it could be a really comfy and really nice dress. I like the big wide skirt, so I think that'll be a good addition to my pattern stash. I also got the Sandcastle bucket hat. I am not really a hat wearer. I feel like hats don't really suit me, but I am going on a couple of sunny trips towards the beginning of next year, so I thought I could give a bucket hat a go with some of my fabric remnants and see how that turns out. Oh, I should say that Waves and Wild has been now taken over by Little Legs, so hopefully the patterns will still be available through a different company. If you missed out on the closing down sale, hopefully you can still get your hands on at least some of these patterns from Waves and Wild. Then the next pattern company sale that I snapped a few patterns up in was the Forget Me Not Patterns sale. So I got the Sylvie knit top, which I just mentioned, which has a kind of cowl neck and like flutter sleeves. So I thought that could be really lovely in my velvet jersey fabric, because the cowl neck will really show the light in the different folds of the fabric. And then I also got the Iris pleated tee, which has got really interesting pleats in the sleeve details. So I thought that was really nice way to just elevate like a plain t-shirt, and it's probably going to look better in plain fabrics rather than patterned ones anyway, because you might lose the details. But I've had my eye on that pattern for ages, and so I try not to buy patterns until I'm actually ready to sew them, but then when the company's closing down, it's sort of your last chance to buy. So I did get the Iris pleated tee as well. And then also on the topic of pleats, I got the Zenta tote bag, which I just thought was a really cool design, and I think the pattern pieces look really crazy, so I'm kind of interested to see how that all comes together. Then there were also a couple of patterns that I picked up at the Surrey Sews swap. So the first one was this New Look pattern, and I really liked this jumpsuit view or play suit, which I thought was really cute. So I might have a go at making that at some point in the summer. And then I also picked up the Nomi dress, which is a sew over it pattern. This must have been one that was in one of the magazines at one point. So yeah, I thought might as well grab that and have that in my stash for when I'm getting more confident with sewing jersey fabrics. So that is everything I've acquired into my stash in the last month. So that's quite a lot for me. I try not to do too many fabric hauls and stuff, but yeah, I have been acquiring more than I've been sewing lately because I've been really busy, but I'm sure I'll have even more to show you soon because I'm just about to head to Harrogate for the Harrogate Knit and Stitch show, so that will be a test in willpower as well. So before I head off, I'm just going to show you a couple of things that I have been sewing. So I've been making the Christmas stockings from the Waves and Wild pattern. So this is one that I'm making for my mum, so it's a surprise, so if you know my mum, don't tell. And this is the pom-pom trim that I bought, at the Just So Penrith shop, and the fabric I bought at the Festival of Quilts from Purple Stitches, and I just thought it's really cute. I love the pink, and I'm going to add some little sequins just to jazz it up even more. And then this one is in more sort of traditional colours, and I used some fabric glue to just add on some sequins to jazz it up a bit, and some rickracs. So this is going to be one for my dad. So I thought those would be really cute. When I got the pattern pieces, I thought, oh gosh, they're so huge, these stockings. I'm going to have to buy loads and loads to fill them up. But I think actually they don't seem abnormally huge now that I've made them up. But that was quite a fun project, and something that I have been able to squeeze in amongst lots of travelling and all kinds of other stuff that I've been up to. In terms of Stash Hub updates, we've done a massive new update that allows you now to sell fabrics directly from Stash Hub. So all you need to do is connect your Stash Hub to your eBay account, and then you can literally just press sell on your fabrics, enter the price that you want for it and postage options, and then Stash Hub will generate the whole listing for you. So that really takes a lot of effort out of destashing. And there's also a marketplace within Stash Hub, so all the fellow Stash Hub users will get to see what you are destashing as well. So that's really good if you struggle to destash because you don't have a big following on social media, for example. So that's what we've been working on in Stash Hub. There's lots of new updates to come. We're currently running a survey, so check your email inbox for the survey so that you can let us know what you think about Stash Hub and how we can improve in 2026, because your feedback is really, really valuable to us as always. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you've got any ideas for my new purchases, and I'll be back soon to update you with what else is new. And the last thing I wanted to say is that we finally reached 2,000 subscribers on the Stash Hub YouTube channel. So thank you so much. If you have already subscribed, do consider hitting that subscribe button if you are new here, and hopefully I'll see you guys all soon. Bye.